All right, so our next grinder is a Bodum Burr grinder. Now, this is approaching a more professional level style of grinder. So it's a conical burr grinder, and conical means that it has a cone-shaped grinder and a flat burr grinder inside of it, and that really makes it even that much more uniform in the particle size, which is, these are similar to what we're using in our stores. So a couple things to kind of point out here on just, just as far as design elements. So the hopper itself, very easy to take off. There's a little bit of a rubber piece in here that just kind of seals on the top. And then on the sides, you have your ability to change the grind setting on it. And you can also do it on the top of the grinder itself. It's just a little bit more tricky on this dial here. And the dial itself actually has a bit of they have little indicators. So for the most fine setting, they have something that represents espresso. Something for a medium setting, they have a brewer, like a Chemex brewer. And then on the last setting, they have a French press. Now, the thing about Bodum is that they are a well-recognized brand within coffee. On the outset, you know that this is going to be a much higher quality level of grinder itself because of their focus within this industry. Now, the price point for this is interesting because this is still under $70. But unlike the other grinders that we've looked at so far, even being still under $70, you're getting a bit more of an elevated experience with this grinder here. All right, so we're going to take our 26 grams of coffee that we've been using so far. I'm gonna pour it in the hopper here. And we're gonna grind it. Now, I think the first thing that you're gonna notice is that did not take very long to grind. And I think that's something that we want to point out as like a real big feature. So it has a much stronger motor. The conical burrs themselves move the coffee much quicker through the grinder itself. And then if you look in the chamber here, which will slide out, again, we have extremely uniformly ground coffee. So everything is very uniformly ground, which is, that is obviously what we're going for. So I will go ahead and get this brewing. If you're brewing coffee, say in a V60 or in a Chemex or French press or however you're brewing, if you know that you're just gonna use that same setting every single time and your grind profile is gonna look like this, you're gonna be in a really good place. This is going to be a really solid extraction and have great flavor as our other brews have had thus far. So similar to the last brew, it's very balanced. The chocolate that exists within the coffee is present. The sweetness of the brown sugar that's reminiscent within this coffee is very present. And again, it's a really balanced cup. The conical burrs inside are I believe is the biggest selling point in this grinder itself.